Welcome back to Montana this morning on this Tuesday morning. The time is now 6:48. Looks like a nice cool start to the day, 56 degrees. But how will the day end? Ed has that answer in a few minutes with the forecast. Let's go ahead and dive into news. Big plans for the Billings Airport are unveiled as we get a look at a newly released concept video. It was shared during last night's City Council meeting. The roughly $50 million expansion project is scheduled to begin this September and will take place over 5 phases. The first includes a new TSA screening area, a Cape Air stairwell, and a skylight. Phase 2 is expected to begin in March of 2020. 4 new gates will be added in Concourse A, along with the gift shop, playroom, restaurants, and a great room that includes extra seating and a fireplace. Phases 3 through 5 adds 4 new gates and holding rooms in Concourse B. The expansion calls for a larger lobby area with more room for send-offs, and there will also be a larger redressing area after TSA to give people more space to gather their belongings. The expansion is expected to be complete in March of 2023. The 3 men killed in a fatal crash over the weekend near Kirby have now been identified. They are 20-year-old Michael Notafraid from Lodgegrass, West Spotted Bear, whose age has not been released, and 29-year-old Scott D. Russell of Garryowen. The crash was reported around 1:30 Saturday afternoon on Highway 314. The Montana Highway Patrol says the SUV went off the right shoulder into an embankment, then overturned into a creek. None of the men were wearing seat belts. And 2 people were killed this weekend in a crash north of Cody, Wyoming. 57-year-old Timothy Zeller and 54-year-old Stacy Zeller of Cody were riding a motorcycle northbound on Wyoming 120 when they collided head-on with a Toyota Highlander while trying to pass another vehicle. The driver of the Toyota was not injured. However, a passenger was transported for injuries sustained in the crash. These are the 81st and 82nd fatalities on Wyoming's roadways in 2019 compared to 49 in 2018. And now in court news, the former president of the Northern Cheyenne Indian Tribe now admits to devising a complicated travel fraud scheme to take $20,000 in reimbursement funds from the tribe. 40-year-old Lawrence Jace Killsback pled guilty to wire fraud and false claims conspiracy in federal court. Killsback worked as the tribe's health director and then tribal president. Prosecutors say he submitted fraudulent invoices to tribal and state entities claiming exaggerated or false travel expenses. Investigators found 28 trips that involved travel fraud. Killsback faces a maximum of 20 years in prison. The day after the Yellowstone Club settled with the state over multiple liquor violations, officials also seized 800 bottles of alcohol. Officials seized liquor, beer, and wine from the Yellowstone Club on June 25th at a building near the airport. This was in addition to a $370,000 fine the Yellowstone Club already endured for having liquor they didn't keep on record. The Montana Revenue Department revealed these new details on Monday, but they wouldn't clarify if this latest seizure is related to the earlier case. Police in the Mission Valley have released the name of the man who led law enforcement on a high-speed pursuit. 29-year-old Matthew Van Vlin of Missoula is behind bars this morning. Police say he stole a Jeep out of Missoula and led police on a 36-mile chase through Ronan, ending in Navarro. Van Vlin faces charges out of both Missoula and Lake counties. The stolen car had a beloved pet sitting in the back seat, a dog who was suddenly on a terrifying road trip. And as MTN's Joe Valley tells us, social media and a very determined owner brought this part of the story to a happy conclusion.
Your paw? That's a good boy.
On Sunday afternoon, Erica Spalding loaded up her beloved black lab Onyx to run a few errands. She stopped by this downtown coffee shop. It was a quick stop, so she kept her Jeep running with the AC on and left Onyx napping inside, something she's done many times before. But when she came back out, the unthinkable.
And I found myself standing in an empty parking spot where I was parked before, and I was so thrown off that I thought, wait, did I park here? Have I lost my mind? And then I'm like, I think there's an emergency going on right now.
Erica quickly called Missoula police about her stolen Jeep, but her concern was for her pet, Onyx, the dog she'd raised since he was a puppy. To complicate things here, she had just taken off his collar that morning, so if the suspect in the car theft set her dog free somewhere, she might never find him again. So she turned to social media. It was a post shared almost 7,500 times. And since Onyx has his own Instagram page, thousands of people soon learned he was a passenger in a stolen vehicle headed somewhere.
And I actually hadn't been on Facebook at the time. I'd been deactivated for a while, but I thought, like, that's the way the message is gonna spread.
And when the suspect in the car theft let Onyx out of the Jeep near Ronan, it didn't take long for someone to notice.
And she said, when my mom told me, oh, that's the dog from Facebook. That's the dog that's missing. Call out his name. And she yelled his name, and I guess he came running up to her. The woman was very friendly. We tried to offer her like any kind of reward we could or for inconvenience. And she said, my birthday's tomorrow, and this is the best gift that I could have ever received, so was getting him back to you. The person that did this made a mistake in that they chose a vehicle that had something more precious than gold in it.
In Missoula, Jill Valley, MTN News.
And get this, as Erica and her family were on their way to Ronan to get Onyx, they actually passed her Jeep, racing past her in the opposite direction as it was being pursued by law enforcement. She's also decided to never leave her car running unlocked again. Now from the campaign trail, Montana Governor Steve Bullock's bid to be included in the next debate just got a boost. Bullock and California Representative Eric Swalwell were jockeying for the final spot on the CNN debate stage July 30th and 31st in Detroit. But on Monday, Swalwell ended his campaign for president and announced he will run for re-election to the House. Only 20 candidates will make the debates, split across 2 nights. Bullock is believed to have met the polling threshold. The Democratic National Committee will make the final announcement on the candidates July 17th. In Helena, a group of arborists are working to protect the original governor's mansion. They spent Monday morning cutting down old elms. Experts say the trees are becoming hazardous to the historical building. They're also at risk of being blown over in a storm. Arborists say despite the tree's historical value, it's important to protect the mansion.
We're taking these trees down to eliminate hazardous potential risk to the mansion. It's deemed by the society that overlooks the property that it's better off to go this route and do preventative maintenance instead of potentially doing some historic renovations due to a limb or a leader falling on the mansion.
And the Historical Society may plant smaller trees after the elms are removed. Back here in Billings, the Collings Foundation Wings of Freedom Tour is making a stop in the Magic City. The tour features fully restored World War II aircrafts. The tour gives people a chance to see and walk inside those historic planes. Organizers say the tour is intended to preserve rare pieces of history while educating and immersing people in their heritage.
Seeing what we won the war with. I mean, with this equipment, the B-17 was one of the frontline bombers, and the B-24 behind me, this one's actually the last one left flying today of over 18,000 that were produced. Climbing through these aircraft, feeling how small they are, how little room there is, hitting your head on the low overhangs and everything, just to see that people spent 10, 12, 14 hours at a time in these aircraft.
And you still have a chance to see them at the Billings Airport today from 9:30 to 5 and again tomorrow from 9:30